Alright, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who I learned this truth from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And today I just want to go into, a quick lesson into this word, Sodom, And I'm going to title this lesson, Burning. So Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. And as you can see, I have the word, Sodom queued up in the blue letter. And the definition reads, burning. A city destroyed by the Lord, raining fire and brimstone on it. Metaphor, Jerusalem. So, I'm just going to bring out a couple of scriptures, again, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. I'm going to start in the book of Revelation, chapter 11, and verse 8. And it says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Now, yes, America is Babylon the Great, and it's spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. Now, we should know why America is known as, spiritually known as Sodom, because it pretty much took on the same customs of, Sodom and Gomorrah, and amplified it, so pretty much the same thing that they did back then, they're doing now, but it's worse, and it's spiritually known as Egypt, because of the Ark or bondage, that the nation of Israel, had to suffer. But again, America is spiritually known as Sodom, because of those wicked practices, that it pretty much does. I'm going to go to the book of Genesis, chapter 19, and verse 24. And this is the judgment of Sodom and Gomorrah, because of the wickedness that was taking place in those wicked cities. And this is Genesis 19 and 24, and it says, then the Lord rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the cities and that which grew upon the ground. And yes, the Lord judged Sodom and Gomorrah by way of fire and brimstone. That was the judgment because of the wickedness that they were doing. They were pretty much, living that alternative lifestyle, taking place. It's like, pretty much, practicing, those vile acts, participating in those vile acts, should I say, and they're doing that same thing today, but it's widespread, primarily here in America because, it's accepted, you have presidents such as, Barack Obama and Joe Biden, which pretty much legalized, same-sex marriage. So two men can get married, two women can get married, People are also marrying objects and animals, It's a sick place. And pretty much America is going to get that same judgment that Sodom and Gomorrah got, but it's going to be way worse, Then I'm going to go to the book of Luke, chapter 17. And I'm going to start at 26. And it says, and And as it was in the days of Noe, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, until the day that Noe entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise, also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. And yes, that same thing is going to happen, when Noah entered the ark. People pretty much going on about their day, until it started raining. And the Lord flooded the earth. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights, And the Lord, after he flooded the earth, he made a covenant with Noah by way of, the rainbow. And pretty much that was the Lord, letting Noah know that he wouldn't destroy the earth by water anymore. But that was also a sign that, he would destroy the earth by way of fire, because water and fire are cleansing agents, The earth cleansed the earth the first time by water, and he's going to cleanse the earth again by way of fire this time. And the fire is going to be, delivered upon the earth by way of those ICBM missiles, during World War III. Then I'm going to go to the book of Romans. Chapter 1. In verse 26, and it says, "For this cause Yahweh gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use unto that which is against nature, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat." And pretty much again, that just explained to you that, men, leaving the natural use of the woman, which, one of the main purpose for the woman is for a man to have sex with, That's one of the purposes for the woman, for the man, so that they can have sex, and bring forth children. But, men during that time and during this particular time, men are leaving off the natural use of the woman. They're burned in their lust. They're going after the same sex, that strange flesh, And, they're pretty much doing, like it says, that which is unseemly. They're doing these wicked practices, those vile acts. They're committing sodomy, which I shouldn't have to go into detail about, but, it's something that shouldn't be done. Slug you. Two men can't create life, just like two women can't create life. Life is only created between a man and a woman by way of the act of sex. But again, during this time, this is the time that we're living in. America is spiritually sound. And this is proof, there's plenty of evidence, the LG, the alphabet movement, the so-called T people. It's like they're sick, they're deceiving people, because they're pretty much changing, their plummet from one thing to another. It's an extremely sick place, and it's going to be judged. You know, in this book of Revelation, chapter 14 and verse 8, and it says, "And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all the nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." And the third angel followed up, Slakia, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, "If any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, and in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they shall have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name." Now, yes, this is going into the judgment that, those that receive, the mark of the beast, which is, the RFID micro chip, that device that people are going to take, that's going to be their judgment. They're going to be burned alive by way of those ICBM missiles, during World War III. But pretty much, this is the point I want to make. I'm going to go to the book of Slakia. So before I bring that out, I'm going to go to the book of Revelation, chapter 17. And I'm going to start at verse 16, and it says, "And the 10 horn which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her naked, Slakia, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." And yes, the 10 horns, pretty much America's allies, they're going to turn on her, and they're going to shoot their missiles on America. That's them eating her flesh. They're going to burn her with fire, because America is going to be completely destroyed. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 10, and it says, "Standing afar off, for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come." The merchants, pretty much these other nations that bring their goods, from their land won't be able to make any more money, because they're going to see the judgment that America is going to get. And that's the point, that I wanted to bring out in this particular chapter. And again, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 19 and verse 20. And it says, "And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, which with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. You know, so those people that receive, the mark of the beast, they're going to be burned. They're going to be cast into that fire. You know, it's not going to be pleasant. It's not going to be a quick death. It's going to be slow and drawn out. That's the Lord's indignation. That righteous anger because of the wickedness that exceedingly pollutes the earth. You know. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 20 and verse 14, and it says, "And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire." So yes, these sodomites, they're going to be burned alive. These other nations that dwell here in America, they're going to be burned alive. Esau, Edom, that's ultimately his judgment. He's going to be burned alive, and only, a remnant, the elites of the nation of Edom, they're going to, survive. And ultimately, the elect of the nation of Israel, they're going to, be delivered from the destruction that's going to be brought upon the earth by way of the ICBM missiles and the fire from the chariots, those lasers. When our Lord Yahweh Shai returns, to judge the earth, that's going to be the judgment of America. Is going to be burned. It's going to burn for a very long time. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kagodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. Till the next time I say Shalom.